Hello everyone, this is the MLR, and today we're going to be talking about something that I wasn't expecting to talk till like tomorrow or Tuesday when the update when 2.2 came out, but we actually have full kits for both Firefly and Jade. Now I will come out and say this right now, these are all subject to change. It's still way too early to decipher exactly what the final thing is, because they always update them like in between patches. So take this all with a complete grain of salt. I'm gonna preface this now. I'm also going to be testing to see if anything happens to this video. If it doesn't, I might talk about other stuff, but for now I'll only talk about the character kits. I will probably not talk about anything else of the version until I know this video is safe, right? Most likely not, but hey, I'm willing to do it for content and for you guys. Mainly for myself, honestly, because I need this. So, let's talk about the better character. Let's get this out the way. Firefly. This is a pretty good character. I like this character a lot. So I should probably say this now. If you don't want to go through the entire video kit-wise and just want like my general opinion, go for Firefly. Don't even think about Jade. As much of a Jade runner I am, don't even think about it, bro. Don't even. Unless she gets buffed, don't even think about it. Well, with that, let's get into it. So Firefly, she is a 5-star fire destruction, like we knew already from here. So I will also will be going to like their stat, like their numbers, like their attack, their base attack, HP, defense, because again that will change. And also I don't know how big of a deal it is, but just know that Firefly has the highest attack and defense of any destruction character, but the lowest, extremely low HP. Just know that. So, basic attack, basic fire damage, and then the skill consumes HP equal to 50% of max HP to recover a set amount of energy equal to 50% of her max energy, and then deals fire damage of her attack to a single enemy. And if your HP is insufficient, you'll be reduced to 1 using the skill. Keep that in mind. So off the bat, 50% is a lot. That's half your health bar, so that's pretty big, right? And then, so we'll get back to it in a second. I gotta talk about the ultimate before I talk about these. Her ultimate, Firefly Type 4, Complete Combustion, costs 240 energy, which is the highest of any ultimate in the game. Enters the complete combustion state, and then action advances forward. This unit's action by 100% and gains an enhanced base attack and enhanced skill. When you're in the complete combustion state, you get 25 speed, which upgrades one skill. I'm assuming it's about maybe 50-ish, 55-ish. I don't fully know. While using enhanced base attack and enhanced skill, increases damage dealt to weakness broken enemies by 7.2%, up to 14.4 at max, and increases weakness break efficiency by 50%, lasting until the current attack ends. So I think it's something, right? A complete combustion countdown appears in the action order bar, and when the countdown turns begins, Sam exits the complete combustion state, which has its own fixed speed of 90. You also can't use your ultimate when you're in the state, which is something that seems to tell me that you can get energy while still in the state. So keep that in mind. So, enhanced basic attack, you'll restore HP equal to 20% of your max HP, and you'll do damage to a single enemy. And then here, Firefly Type 4 dyings are overload. You restore 35% of your HP, 35% of your max HP. And if the enemy does not have fire weakness, you implant on a single enemy, lasting for 2 turns. Then you deal fire damage equal to 50% of your break effect, plus 240% of Sam's attack to a single enemy, and then 0.25 times break effect plus 120% of Sam's attack to adjacent enemies for up to 360% break effect. So this is probably, so let's say you have like realistically 250% of your break, right? That'll go like 200%, right? That'll go to 100, so you'll do 340% of Sam's attack to a single enemy, and then from there you'll do approximately, I think it's a 170% attack. The more break effect you do, the more this skill does. Pretty solid, I think. Surprisingly, this doesn't go based off break effect, but sure, it's fine. So there's that. Really strong, I must say, especially when we go into the Eidolon. This is very strong. So talent, received damage decreases with current HP, and the received damage decrease effect reaches its maximum decrease of 20% to 50% at max talent level when current HP is less than or equal to 20%. When maintaining the maximum received damage decrease effect in the complete combustion state, effect resistance increases by 10%. One thing I don't want is I kind of wish that was 30%. personally, but sure. No big complaints yet. Technique leaps into the air and moves without restriction, lasts for 5 seconds, can be ended prematurely via base attack, and when duration ends, stand descends and immediately attacks all enemies within a set area. When each wave begins, inflicts 5 weakness on enemies without 5 weakness, lasts for 2 turns. Thereafter, deals 5 damage to all enemies equal to 200% strength attack. Very nice. Very nice to get some break in, or weakness, toughness reduction in. I'm all over the place. So, traces. She gets 37.3% break effect, 80% effectiveness, and 5 speed. Not really the biggest fan of the whole speed thing, but sure, it's fine. So her 82, while the complete combustion state, you toughness also reduced when attack enemies without fire weakness, equal to 50% of the ability's original toughness reducing damage. Really solid. Module Beta, self-limiting armor. For every 100 Sam's attack that exceeds 2400, increases Sam's own break effect by 6%, up to max increase of 6%. So you want 3400 attack. And then module, I don't know what some of that is. Core Overload. I maybe just why. While the complete combustion state, when Sam's break effect is greater than equal to 250% or 360%, attacks additionally ignore 30 to 40% of the target's defense. 360% break effect is a lot. That's a lot. But considering you are ignoring that much of your opponent's defense, I guess that's fine, right? You definitely can hit 50%. 360 is a bit high, but I think it's possible. So, Eidolons. I1 Summoned a Crimson Cocoon, or E1, ignores 50% of target's defense when using Enhanced Skill, and Enhanced Skill is not consume skill points. Already a must to get, because not having to use skill points while you remember, we talked this Enhanced Skill is busted. So not having to use skill points for it is very powerful. Fall from the Shroud Sky. While using an enhanced base tech in a complete combustion state, when the enhanced skill defeats an enemy target or causes to be weakness broken, Tem immediately gains additional turn. This effect can be triggered again after 1 turn. Very strong. E4. While the complete combustion state, Sam will be immune to crowd control debuffs. This effect can only be triggered 2 times per complete combustion. Very nice to have if you don't have to return on field, but I don't think it's horribly necessary, but it's nice. Really nice. And E6, while the complete combustion state stands, fire resistance penetration increased by 12%. When using enhanced base tech or enhanced skill, weakness break efficiency increased by 50%. Remember, when you weakness break, you gain additional turn. Very strong. Very solid here. And her light cone increased the wearer's break effect by 60%. When the wearer deals break damage to an enemy, inflict damage with crush, lasts for 2 turns. Crushed enemies receive damage increased by 50%, and their speed decreased by 50%. Affects the same tech kind of stack. This is really good because remember, you want to be going first in this ultimate. Right here, I have to go through all that. Right here, you want to be going in this ultimate for as long as possible, which is really good. Also, the fact that she gets like the speed also goes up with ult is really nice. I like that a lot. Overall, really strong character. Really like this character a lot. I think my only biggest problem is the break effect requirement. But honestly, you can get around it. That crits, like you have to manage a couple of stats around, but I think you can easily get around it. I think. Very strong character. Very good character. Now let's go into not so great a character, Jade. So I hurt to say this, but she's painfully mid. Based on what we have, it's painfully mid. Like Argentine when he first released levels of mid. Right? Let's get into it. So, this is one of the few things she has. Basic attack deals quantity equal to a percentage of attack to single enemy, and quantity equal to a percentage of Jade's attack to AG's enemies. She has Blast on her basic attack. Honestly, not the worst thing ever in the world. That's actually pretty solid, right? I like it a lot. I personally really do. It doesn't do much damage, but again, it's just to hit enemies, which is nice, right? And being able to hit most enemies with that is pretty nice. Now, something I'm not too fond of. Skill, Surety of an Unscrupulous Takeover. Appoint a single ally as a debt collector. Gotta admit, that name is pretty sick. Increasing their speed by 30, lasts for 3 turns. When a debt collector attacks, deals an additional quantity damage equal to 10%, up to about 20% at max, of Jade attack to every enemy hit by the attack, and consumes the debt collector's HP equal to 5% of max HP. If their current HP is sufficient, their current HP is 1. If Jade becomes the debt collector, she is unable to gain the speed increase effect, and she will not consume HP after attack. When there is a character in the debt collector state on field, Jade is unable to use the skill. The debt collector state duration reduced by 1 Well, I want to at the start of Jade's every turn. The speed is okay, but it doesn't seem to go up, which is questionable, I think, right? And like, you're not getting much else outside of that speed. Like, this is whatever, I think, right? Like, this is like whatever. I don't really like this too much. So you remember, you're stacking up HP for this. If you don't have a healer, you're stacking up HP for this. Now, obviously, if you have a healer, like the whole maybe Foo Shred might work with her thing. Yeah, sure. But this isn't great. This has to get buffed. This is not enough. This is nice. This is not enough. You have to do something else. This is just not great, okay? Now, there's a reason why this exists. We'll get to that. Ultimate descends to the abyss, succumb to his incarceration. God, these names are so cool. 1% energy, pretty solid, honestly. Deals quality damage equal to 120% of her attack to all enemies. Enhance the follow-up attack from Jade's talent, increasing the follow-up attack damage dealt by 40% up to 100% at max. This effect enhanced follow-up attack can take effect 2 times. So she does have a follow attack, which we will be getting into right now. When Jade or a Debt Collector attacks, Jade acquires 1 charge for every enemy hit by the attack. When charge reaches 8 points, consumes 8 and launches a follow-up attack, dealing quality damage equal to 6% of Jade's attack to all enemies. This follow attack cannot acquire charge for Jade, obviously. When Jade launches a follow attack from the talent, it immediately gains 5 stacks of pawn's asset. Every stack of pawn asset increases crit damage by 1.2% up to max 50 stacks. There's a couple things wrong here. There's a couple things wrong here. 1. For every enemy hit by the attack. If you're using it on if you're using Debt Collector on, so okay, my idea was to run her on Mono Quantum, right? Because Quantum does pretty well on Mono Quantum, right? Obviously, right? There's no good character to put this on outside of Chingtre, but she's a skill point eating character. Yeah, right? And if you use Jade as your only DPS, you won't be getting like the full thing of this, right? So unless we get a 5-star Quantum Destruction character that is on the level of like Firefly or something, this isn't enough. Now, had it been whenever either Jade or a Debt Collector kills as well, like you get 1 charge for every enemy hit by attack, and if the Debt Collector kills, she gets another charge. If it was that, this would be really solid, I think. But that's not the case. So, cool. Also, 8 is a lot. 8 is a lot of points. I honestly would take 6. I would straight just take 6. Or like 6, just not 8. 8 is too much. I think so. I'm just not a big fan of it. We also don't know if it goes beyond 8 points. I don't know if it's hard capped at 8 or if it can go beyond it. We'll get back to this. This is honestly not bad. We'll get back to this in a second. This is honestly not bad. Technique. After using the technique, enemies in the set area are afflicted with blind field for 10 seconds. Enemies in the blind field state will not actively attack the team. When attacking an enemy in the blind field state to enter combat, causes all enemies in the blind field state to simultaneously enter combat. That's only really good if, like, in Steven Universe, I guess. After entering combat, deals quality damage equal to 3% of her attack to all enemies and immediately gains 15 stacks of pawned asset. Yeah, yeah. The stacks are nice, but traces. She gets quality damage boost, attack, and effect resistance. Honestly, not bad for what it is. I would personally take like crit rate over effect resistance. It's either you're using her on follow-up attack, which doesn't really need it because of Adventuring, or you're using her on Mono Quantum, who has Foo Shred, who doesn't need it. You don't need it on. So I'd rather take a crit stat, but this works, I guess. When an enemy enters combat, Jade gains 1 stack of pawned asset. When the turn of a character in the Debt Collector stack state begins, Jade additionally gains 3 stacks of pawned asset. This is not bad. I like it a lot. I don't like when an enemy enters combat, though. I think it should be when an enemy enters combat or takes their turn. If that was the case, better. Or somewhere along the lines, it's like when an enemy takes a turn, she gains 1 stack of, she gets 1 point of charge. Or maybe when an enemy enters combat, she gets 1 point of charge. I don't know. I need more ways of getting charged. It's just not enough. A4. When the combat begins, Jade's actions advance forward by 50%. That's not bad. I'll take that. In the talent, every stack upon asset addition increases Jade's attack by 0.5%. That kind of matters when you're rocking and like your whole stick of skills to do extra additional quantum damage. I guess. Eidolon's E1, the follow attack damage from Jade's talent increases 5%. Every time Jade acquires charge, she just obtains 1 charge. That right there. You need E1, bro. That's so necessary, bro. You need it. Because that allows you to follow attack more often, which you need to do. It's just not great. So, E2. When pawn asset increases 15 stacks, Jade's crit rate increases by 18%. That's really easy. Literally, if you use a second, you can get this, so that's free. E4, when using ultimate, damage dealt by Jade ignores 12% of the enemy's defense, lasts for 3 turns. Sure, that worked. I mean, Mario Quantum didn't do that, but maybe follow attack probably did. Sure. And then E6, when there's a character in the deck collector state on field, Jade's quantum resistance penetration increased by 20%, and Jade gains the deck collector state. Why it's on E6 is beyond me, but sure. She does extra damage now, I guess. And then her light combos is honestly the best part of this character. She gets 60% crit rate, wow, crit rate, good job me. Increases damage dealt by follow attacks by 60% for every 20% of the wearer's crit damage in combat that exceeds 120% up to max of 4 stacks. So you need 20% crit damage. But remember that you do get, at minimum, 60% crit damage from here. That could mostly go up to about 2%. Maybe 2.5? Don't know. I would have to do that math on like the side or something. When the combat begins and when the wearer uses their base attack, the ultimate and follow attack ignored 16% or 20% of the enemy defense, lasts for 2 turns. Really solid. That's really solid. So, alright. If you want my general opinion, this is mid. This is so painfully mid. It just, on paper, it looks so meh. This is like Argentine, like, she will be like, I think, a really good character in like pure fiction, right? Because all Erudition characters are. But in anything else that isn't that, I don't know. Not great. And like, where do I place her? Follow attack? Who am I replacing? Ratio? I would have to be, right? Is she better than Ratio though? I honestly don't know. This is a painfully mid character. A painfully mid character. I mean, if you like the character design, go for it. Otherwise, just go for Firefly, my guy. Firefly is doing so much more and so much better. This is not a character you should be going for. Absolutely not. Don't even remotely think about it unless you love the character. Because I don't really see a good place for outside pure fiction. She doesn't seem like she'll age well. I don't think so. Unless we get content that, again, boosts Erudition up. This is not it. She needs Erudition support, which we don't have yet. The biggest problems, so let me go through Firefly because my problems with Firefly are less prominent. One problem I have with Firefly is just, this is a very big HP steal. Like, I get it, but I kind of wish it was 40, like 30 to 40%, right? But honestly, with what she's doing, I guess that's a fair caveat. Ultimate, maybe knock it down a little bit, but it's fine, I think. So I have no problems with this. I think the break, one of the other things is, I wish this was lowered to like 340, but honestly, it's fine. These are all things I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm okay with it, right? It's fine. I'm honestly no big major problems with Firefly. Nothing I go, that's a deal breaker. Nothing along those lines. Jade, however, skill. Rework this. There's so much wrong with the skill. Like, the fixed speed is whatever, right? 30 speed is whatever, but you're not getting much out of this. You're only using it so you can proc her talent. That's all you're doing this for, right? And there's not enough what that collector does. Like, there's something along the lines of, oh, killing an enemy doesn't do anything for you. It's just, Like, I was thinking using Sealer, Jade, Sparkle, Fusion, but clearly I can't because Sealer, unless it's a bunch of weak-ass enemies, sure, right? In Pure Fiction, right? But in MLC, no, not happening. Not happening in a long time. Shit. I don't know. A lot of this is like just not great. Maybe what they should have done is they should have done something similar to like Pingu, where she increases the attack of the person in that character state, but it steals their HP, right? Like a higher multiplier, but it steals their HP. That's a fine caveat. You're getting speed, more attack, but you're using HP. That's a fine caveat. I'm okay with that, right? But no, you're just doing some extra damage. I don't need extra damage. I mean, Ultimate's fine. Actually, Ultimate's fine. I have a problem with the Ultimate. I kind of wish that it's a little bit more, but sure, right? Charge. It's E1 or die. It's E1 or die. You don't get E1, and this character's painfully mid. Because it's gonna take way too long to get like the follow-up attack. Which you want, because that's where her damage is coming from. How can you be an erudition character and not do big damage? Like, you have to, right? One asset's honestly not that bad because there's a lot of ways of getting it, right? So it's like not the biggest deal in the world. But it's a lot of stacks you need. I don't know, like there's just so much here that just like is painfully obvious that it's just not enough. There's just not enough for this character, I think. So like, yeah, but there's just, like the light cone is honestly really, that's honestly the best part of this character. Outside of the design, it's this light cone. Because in lines you need E1 or die. E2 seems really good. Only attack? It's the buff this, right? But I don't care for doing additional fun damage based on their attack. I care for doing more damage on the character I boosted. Okay? So unless she's doing like 20k extra damage, nah. This is a painfully mid character. Just don't. It's painfully mid. This is the problem with erudition. If they're really good Pure Fiction, but outside Pure Fiction, they're like okay at best. Jingyuan is the exception, thanks to Sparkle, right? Because with Jingyuan, he can easily get off that follow attack with just one stronger. That follow attack is honestly really solid. It's okay, right? Like I can get behind that. I can't get behind this. Well, I can definitely get behind the character, but not the kit. This kit is just, there's so much wrong with the kit that I just can't see you using this character. The skill is all kinds of wrong. The talent takes too long without E1, right? Like something this, like, honestly, I'm not a big fan of this A6. Really not. Like, this is fine, honestly. Just either give more ways of getting charged. No, that's it. The charge thing is like, make it to what the debt collector, if they kill, give them the extra charge. I see no reason not to do that. I see no reason not to do that at all. So, yeah. That's basically it for this. Again, don't go. If you're realistically thinking of who to go for, Firefly should be your option. Don't even think about Jade because Firefly just does so much more in a much better way. That's it for this video. I'm so sad. I was planning to do all this time for 9 weeks for Jade, but honestly, I'm reconsidering it. I'm really reconsidering it. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you do see this video, that means I'm not screwed. If you don't see this video, you know what happens. So, yeah. Hope you all enjoy. And I hope you all enjoy going for Firefly, because surely you're not going for Jade. Surely.